is that volume balance? Probably not that great. It's really loud for me. Hold on. Let me do a bit more. Actually, maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just loud for me. Just going to adjust it ever so slightly down. Ever so slightly. Should be a lovely background music. Alright, let's just check that we're good. We're good in spaces over there. Nice. We don't care about that much space. Looks like I'm live there. Alright. Sure. Let's get on it. Where is those buttons? Yeah, looking for an experienced streamer here anyway. If you're watching me, thank you very much for watching me. My name is Bitman. Welcome to Bitman Gaming. We are having a bit of fun today. And we're having a bit of fun with a game which is turning 25 years old today. Oh, sorry, not today. Tomorrow. This week. That was the way I was going to phrase it, really. Actually, I think technically tomorrow. Let me just quickly Google that before I talk too much smack. But Pokemon Gold and Silver, and we're only playing Gold, obviously, because, you know, it's first place, not second place we're looking for here, was released, there it is, in the most important country of all, Australia, on October 13th, 2000. Which means that I must have played it on October 13th in 2000. No, probably I got it for Christmas, so I'm going to wager when I was that age. So it's not 25 years since I've played it, but it is 25 years since it came out in Australia. Now, what we are going to be doing today is we're going to be, and you see a little description on the right-hand side, or if you've clicked this video, we're going to be playing Pokemon Gold, but every time I level up, my Pokemon will evolve randomly. What that's going to look like is a mess. It's going to mean that probably what's going to happen, this is just me spitballing. I've tested it a little bit, but then I've made a whole new save, a whole new ROM, and hopefully it works well from there. Is probably that we'll get something like, you know, a starter Pokemon. It will hit level 6, and it will become something completely different, and that will make the game better or worse. And then level 7, it becomes something completely different again. We don't know what's going to happen. I could get Totodile, and it could evolve straight into Lugia at level 6. And we'll be like, how could we lose from here? And then it will evolve into Magikarp, and you feel like you could only lose from there. So, we've got the level ups, and that's going to evolve our Pokemon. Other than that, I have randomized nothing. So, when I level up, there'll be random Pokemon. Everything else is in the base game as is. A base game I've probably not played for, well, not 25 years. I did play this game a lot, maybe 23 years. And that means that we'll have a bit of strategy that we can apply to this. Like, we might randomly evolve into a Geodude just before the flying type gym. And we might say, stop the count, stop the levels there. Let's not level up anymore. I don't care that I'm level 6 Geodude. Let's stop it there, because I might become level 12, and by then I'm just a Metapod, you know, and it's all bad, right? So we're gonna strategize this a little bit. Of course, all of my memory on this game is about 23 years old as well. I have not played this version of Pokemon Gold since. I've played Pokemon Heart Gold, whenever that came out, what, 10 years ago? More probably now. It's been a blur for the last number of years. So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to do it on Nuzlocke rules. For those who don't know Nuzlocke rules are where you play Pokemon in sort of a hard mode. Basically, it follows 3 rules. There are modes which follow way more rules, but we're just going to go with 3. One is that I am only allowed to catch the first Pokemon I see on any route, or dungeon, or cave, or whatever it is, right? First Pokemon I see in that area is all I'm allowed to catch. If I miss it, oh, well, so it goes. 2 is, I have to nickname everything. Nickname every Pokemon. If you have any nicknames as I catch them, throw them in chat. And I'll consider them. Unless I have a great name already, in which case I'll ignore them. And 3, most importantly, is that if a Pokemon faints for any reason, that Pokemon is gone. Gone forever. So, this makes it a bit tougher, because losing, very harsh. If I'm evolving randomly, this could be a very, very short stream. I might become Magikarp and then lose to the next thing I try to beat, and you could all have a very early night. Me included. Hopefully, I'm streaming this for a few weeks, and we're actually going to complete the challenge. If The other caveat I have to this before I start that I have to add is that I've done this using the Pokemon randomizer that a fair few people you'll have seen around. You can obviously download it yourselves and do lots of things to it. What you can't do to this Pokemon randomizer is actually do what I'm trying to do, which is evolve on every level. So I jumped in the code and found that that's just turned off for Gen 2. But no one has said why. And so I've asked them, why did you turn it off for Gen 2 and Gen 1? And I haven't got a response yet. So there is every chance that we will do this playthrough and it will break horribly. And we'll be like, well, that was a terrible stream, wasn't it? We got to the first gym and everything just fell apart completely. So who knows what's going to happen. I'm excited to find out. So we're going to dive in. Let's see if I still remember how buttons work. Oh, my cursor's showing on that. Hold on. Let me see if I can just quickly fix the cursor problem. Where is that? That's over here. Sorry, technical difficulties as always. And then back to there. Student mode off. Yeah, we didn't break anything. Excellent. All right, let's get in. We haven't got anything. We've got nothing except the intro screen with our lovely Ho-Oh. Let's get in. All right, new game. We've not played this for 25 years. I'll have a little preamble about that as well. But let's re-experience the first Game Boy Color version. Oh, it was. Or did the Fire Red and Leaf Green work for Game Boy Color? This is also the era where the Game Boy Color wasn't intentionally colored. They sort of just did some default colors. But maybe Pokemon Gold and Silver was actually meant to be for Game Boy Color. I can't remember exactly. What? You woke me up. Will you check the clock for me? What time is it? Good question. What time is it? Oh, right. It's, I should know. I'm going live at 9 o'clock at night. 9 o'clock at night. Night? Oh, they didn't have space to fit NIGHT. Nite. 9 o'clock, yes. How many minutes? Let's see if we get this accurate to the T. There we go. Whoa, 7 minutes. It's so excited about. Whoa. Night's 9:07. No wonder it's so dark. I loved the day-night system in this game. So good. I'll go on a ramble about that too once we get going. Assuming we don't break early or lose early. Hello, sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. They brought you back for this. They bring back for, no, don't bring it back for everyone. People call me the Pokemon Prof. This world is inhabited by creatures that we call Pokemon. Hello, Hoothoot. I'm sure we won't catch you. Oh, we might catch you actually. But then you won't be Hoothoot as you level up. People and Pokemon live together by supporting each other. Some people play with Pokemon, some battle with them. That's all we're doing. There's no play allowed in this game. We don't know everything about Pokemon yet. There are still many mysteries to solve. That's why I study Pokemon every day. It would be worthwhile. Now, what did you say your name was? Ooh. What is my name? I could just go with my name. I mean, it's a bit boring, but it's a classic, easy answer. Oh, Carl was a name that they just allowed there. I didn't know that. Gold, Hero, Taylor. I can imagine these are all very... Gold, obviously, the game. Hero, very Japanese, but a popular name. Taylor, Carl. Anyway, what are we going to call ourselves? Let's go... we'll just go the classic. I can't think too hard. It's late at night. And I haven't played this as much as I should. And also, look at that. Fits like a glove. Ever since I was young. That's why it's always the name in most games. If you see a Bitman running around in a game, it could be me. I'm not the only Bitman, but it's an easy way to name myself, and it always fits in any game. My name is Bitman. Are you ready? Your very own Pokemon story is about to unfold. I have to think about what I'm going to call the rival before I get to him. So if anyone gets here before then, feel free to give me ideas. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. I'll be seeing you later. And now I'm a little chippy guy. Oh. Oh. I haven't heard this track in years, and yet I can still remember it perfectly. I still remember... I won't say everything about this game. This might be my most played game of all the Pokemon franchise, though. Oh, there's no potion in this one. Is that only coming... Yeah, okay. But how well I remember it is the big question. I have played this a lot when I was 12. 12, hold on. 2000 it came out? Yeah, 12-ish. Hi, Mom. Oh, Bitman, our neighbor, Prof. Elm was... I mean, this is all... Who's really here for the story of Pokemon? We're here to find some random Pokemon. Random evolved Pokemon. And the Poke Gear, obviously, very important. Pokemon Gear, just Poke Gear, is essential if you want to be a good trainer. Is it really essential to be a good trainer? I don't know. What day is it? Oh, what day is it? It's Sunday, right? Yeah. Actually, it's Sunday. Is it daylight savings time now? It sure is. 9 p.m. and DST, is that okay? Thanks, your mum, for knowing about daylight savings time. By the way, do you know how to use the phone? I almost called it the pone. I was waiting for it to say the pokey phone. They just put pokey in front of everything. Yeah, sure, I know how to use the phone. Yes, I do totally turn on the Poke Gear and put the phone in. Yep. It is convenient. Thank you, Mum. Bye, Mum. I don't think we'll talk to you again this game. Because we're doing the Nuzlocke version. Oh, look at all the colours. Unbelievable. Hey, a night sequence. How good is that? Hey, here's my rival that we have to name later. How you doing? So this is the famous Elm Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? Oh, absolutely. That's a good punt from here to there. That's a kick and a half. All right, enough preamble. Let's get into it. Oh wait, there's more preamble. Elm Bitman, there you are. I needed to ask you a favor. I have an acquaintance called Mr. Pokemon. Can you imagine being in a world of Pokemon and that's actually your name? Be like someone calling themselves what? Mr. Animal. Right now. Mr. Mammal? Mr. Fauna. You can call me Mr. Fauna. It's a bit strange. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It's a real intriguing, but we're busy with our Pokemon research. Could you look into it for us? Okay, I'll give you a Pokemon for partner. They're all rare Pokemon that were just found. Go on, pick one. They were just found because they didn't exist in 1999, but in 2000 they did. Alright, this actually doesn't matter, but it actually kind of does. Now, I'll tell you why that is. It's because the moves don't actually change when I level up. So the moves that these come with are what I will be with. The only way I can get a move is not going to be plannable at all. It's basically if I get that move as I level up, and then I'll evolve. So this could mean that a Pokemon could be awful through no fault of its own. It might get all the best evolutions. It might just go like Kadabra, Lugia, Gengar. It could just be all these great things. But because it never actually gets a move along the way, it'll just know whatever we get here. Tackle and Leer. So what are we actually going to pick? Now, we got Cyndaquil, obviously. You'll take a Cyndaquil, the fire Pokemon. You could do that. My partner is important. I do have to think over it carefully. And usually you want to look at them all. I got Cyndaquil. I got Totodile. And we've got, on the end, Chikorita. Right? Yes, Chikorita. Now, part of me thinks that I should pick Cyndaquil, because unfortunately Cyndaquil doesn't get to go in the new game, because he was in the old game. But then both of these guys get to go in the new game. And I am a big fan of Totodile. That was my favorite in this generation. In first generation, it was Bulbasaur. In the second, it was Totodile, because he was just cool as heck. Orange Time, what's up, cuz? What's up to you too? Hope you're having a good night. We're going to pick Totodile to start. We have to think of a nickname. I mean, calling him Totodile might be the best nickname, because when he randomly evolves, I'll remember what he was. No, we're going to give him a more special nickname than that. Let's give him a nickname to remember what he was. What he was to us. And he was a blue crocodile. What can we do with that? What can we do with that? Maybe call him... Crocodile. What am I going to do here? Or is he an alligator? That's a whole different thing. When I think crocodile, there's obviously one answer that comes straight to mind. I call him Erwin. After Steve. Where is he? Erwin. There we go. Maybe just give him the whole name, mate. Can I fit the whole name? Hold on. Steve. Can we fit it? Oh, just, I think. Oh, God, I missed this. Last night, Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin. It's hard to read when it's all together out of space. There we go. Got Steve Irwin. Yeah, done. Totodile is now Steve Irwin. All right, Steve, let's get in there. Chomper. Chomper would have been good. We'll save that for the next thing that we randomly catch. Gotta be quicker on an orange timer. Sorry. All right. Call me if something comes up. So, in Nuzlocke rules, I'm allowed to catch the first Pokemon of any route. And that means that, technically, I should be on my way to catch my first Pokemon. But, since I don't have Pokeballs yet, it doesn't actually count. Because otherwise, I just basically waste the first 3 routes. So right now, we're not actually catching anything. We're just, hopefully, surviving and not losing. So the run has started. We're in. We've got our Pokemon. We've got Totodile. We're on our first route, whatever route this is. Route something. I don't have a map yet, do I? Nope. I can call Mum and my professor. Let's hit the save button. I've actually hit this button. Make sure this works. Saving. Don't shut off the power. Fingers crossed. It's saved. Hooray. Alright. So these will all be very normal Pokemon. Nothing's going to change here. You know, it's a Hoothoot. It's nighttime. This is all as expected. Level 3 Hoothoot. I've got a level 5 Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin's got Scratch and Leer. This is great because we're going to have to use Scratch a lot. I think. We could get very lucky. We could get some great evolutions. And some great moves that go from those evolutions. But my chances... I feel my chances are low. We're going to see. To get the luck of evolving and getting the move at the same time is going to be some work, I think. Oh, a critical hit off the gate. That's good. That's good. Critical hits are the bane of a Nuzlocke run. So as a little bit of extra preamble, should I heal just to be safe? Nah. Let's just get to that. I can just run, right? I'll just hit the run button if I need to. So this is not my first Nuzlocke. I probably will run a little bit just to get at least close to the next town because I don't go back and forth too much. Although I do want to get the evolution quickly, don't I? I can always just jump back. Yeah, let's see what our first evolution is going to be. Let's at least get to level 6 before we get to the town. So as a little bit of preamble, this is not my first Nuzlocke. When I first started streaming, and I want to say in 2019? No, not 2019, 2021? I don't know, it's been a few years. I started streaming a little bit, and then I stopped streaming, and then I started streaming again, and then I stopped streaming again, and I started streaming again. Maybe it's like 2023. It was a while ago now. A while ago, but also not that long ago. Maybe not 20... Yeah, anyway. Whenever I streamed, the first ever stream I did was basically a test stream. Oh, I came with a berry. Hooray. What was I worried about? Though I probably wish I had that berry later. My first stream was a test stream. I played Guild Wars for an hour and my internet crashed. Great test stream. Ignore my preamble. We've leveled up. We're level 6. Our attack's gone up. Isn't this great? Steve Irwin is evolving at level 6. What could it be? This is... He's so buff. Steve Irwin has been lifting the crocodiles, I'll tell you what. He was trying to be one with the crocodiles, and then he started just benching them. And now we have a Steve Irwin Machoke. How good is that? Waiting for your Ralph Davies Pokemon to Stingray. God, I hope not. Does he catch a Mantine? Alright, now here's a problem. Oh, no, I don't think Hoothoot has Tackle, right? Not Peck. So now I'm a different type completely. I'm now a fighting type instead of a water type. Means that bird Pokemon are going to wreck me. Guess what the first gym is? It's a bird. It's a flying gym. So that first gym is not going to be super fun. Is there a berry in here? Hooray. Alright, are we up to the next town? Beautiful. Oh, how easy is that? Alright, I do want to catch Pokemon though. Oh, is this guy? Yeah, he's got to talk to us first. Alright, I'll tell you about more preamble. So my second stream ever was then actually a Nuzlocke. I played a randomized version of Nuzlocke where I played Pokemon Diamond. And everything was random. I randomized the items, I randomized the trainer Pokemon, I randomized the starters, I randomized, all that sort of jazz. And it was a very interesting Nuzlocke run. I still, to this day, I sometimes look at the old VOD and go, it's actually pretty entertaining. I had a lot going on. A lot of that was due to the fact that I don't remember how things worked in Pokemon. So I'd be like, oh, this should be good, right? And then something would explode because I didn't know. I forgot Gravelers would have self-destruct. Just, completely past me. And so I just lost so many random Pokemon for no reason. Anyway, I did win that run though, but that's because very anticlimactically, as expected of something that you completely randomized, the Elite Four had randomized chumps. It was like, oh, there you go. And it was like a level 53 Rattata. You're like, okay, maybe the next one will be good. It's like, go! Level 54 Metapod. You're like, okay, alright. And it was over before it ended, really. Some of those gyms gave me trouble, but the Elite Four were they just had the worst teams. And by then, I'd caught multiple legendaries. So it all became a bit easy, but I did it. I did my first ever Nuzlocke run there. I've never done a Nuzlocke since, and that would have been, the first time I streamed, and it was a completely randomized experience. So this will be tougher, I think, because I say the number one up on my thumb. This is as the game is, so randomized means it could be good or bad. Less variation, like a lot of variation, which could be good or bad, right? This will have no variation, which means it could be easy, very predictable, very plannable. But also, because it's randomized, my stuff's completely randomized, I don't just get to pick 6 legendaries. Things will level up and evolve, and who knows what's going to happen along the way. It's great, you can store any number of Pokemon, it's all free. Good evening, you're out late. Welcome to our Pokemon Center. We can heal your Pokemon perfect health. We're going to be pushing this button a lot because we don't want to die. Especially with one Pokemon in our hands. Alright, as we go up to Mr. Pokemon, let's try get a second level. Level 7. See what we get after that. We've gone Totodile to Machoke. Surely. Wow, straight away. Surely it can only go well from here. What else is in the grass beside Hoodoots? Rattatas, yeah, right. Just trying to remember the old, it's been a long time since I played Pokemon. But I remember it very well. Because when Pokemon came out, and we're talking about the original Pokemon Red and Blue, so when you think about what the target demographic is for a game, you imagine a game, you think, who's the person who plays this, right? You think of Call of Duty and stuff like that, you think, like a late teen to young adult, that's the usual target demographic. You can almost picture something in your head, right? For Pokemon, you picture a 10-year-old kid. And that was me. Pokemon came out and I was 10 when it came out to Australia. And everyone in the schoolyard just kept talking about it non-stop. Hey, what Pokemon have you got? People brought their Game Boys into school, even though you weren't allowed eventually. They banned them, but you snuck them in your bag anyway. And you bring your game cables so you could trade things. And you'd be like, oh, make sure you trade your Kadabra for my Kadabra so you get an Alakazam. But then people would be like, oh, I can't, I don't have a Kadabra. And, God, what do I want to trade? It's like, I don't want to trade anything else. I want to evolve things. I want to catch them all. And yeah, I was just the perfect demographic when Pokemon came out. I had no hope. No hope of anything. I was obviously going to like Pokemon. And it's still up my alley to this day. I could have a few complaints about Pokemon and the progress it's made. But I find myself playing almost every game that comes out still. I don't play them as much as I used to. I used to spend tens of hours in every single game, hundreds of hours in some of the games. Nowadays, I usually will get to the end and be like, yep, cool, I felt good about that. Alright. Level 7. Steve Irwin, what have you got? Do you learn a move? No move, okay. The moves are going to be our killer in this run, if anything. Alright, he's gotten smaller. He's still not bad, though. I saw what was happening. Charmeleon, hooray! That won't have any bad effects at the moment, because, yeah, everything at the start is like, oh, Although it's Ember. Hooray! We actually learned to move. All right, that's actually big. I forgot that you can learn some moves on evolution. That might be another way to get moves, which will be big for us. That's good because we picked Totodile. He's actually, the rival is actually going to pick a Chikorita because he's going to trying to beat a Totodile. But we've got Ember now and a Charmeleon. Like literally, what's he going to do? And how good's the Ember? I mean, it's going to work. It's going to work. All right, let's get Mr. Pokemon up. And then we got to go back to Professor Elm. And then we'll get Pokeballs. And then the Nuzlocke run does start a bit more. We can catch more than one Pokemon. And we're going to gun on into that first gym. Any berries here? I will take the berries, though, along the way. Because... Poison Cure berries. Don't these eventually become apricorns? Is that... Am I misremembering it? I thought these were apricorns. Are the apricorns in Heart Golden? That's what I'm thinking of. Hello, you must be Bitman. Professor Elm said that you would be visiting. They have so little pixels to work with. But I can tell there's a goatee there, right? Like, it's not just me seeing that. He's got... Is it just a big mustache? Do you think it's a big mustache or do you think it's a goatee? Is that a button? Because you only have 4 colors to work with. That's a button? Yeah, I think it's a big mustache. Yeah, that's my guess. So I want him to examine it. Received a mystery egg. I think it's a Togepi eventually, right? They gave you that egg. This is the first game with eggs as well, right? Yeah. Was breeding even in the earlier games? I don't think so. For Pokemon evolution, Pokemon is the authority. Even Professor Oak here realized it. For a session, if subject is correct, Professor Elm will know it. Hello, Professor Oak. Aha! So Professor Elm talked really down about Mr. Pokemon, like, oh, he's just some crazy guy who likes Pokemon a lot. But Professor Oak's here, which makes me think that he must have some reputation. I understand why Professor Elm gave you a Pokemon. Of course, I turned a level 5 Totodile into a level 7 Charmeleon. I'm very impressive. Professor Oak looked at that and went, okay, I have no idea what's going on in this world anymore. Yes, I'll help you out with the Pokedex. I actually might finish the Pokedex. Maybe the run should have been finish the Pokedex. Might actually be possible. I'll have to think about that if I do a Pokemon run again. If you evolve every level, and it randomly evolves, how long would it take you to get all the Pokemon? In this game, maybe not very long. There's only 251 Pokemon in this game, and I've got 3. Does it actually track in the Pokedex, though? I assume it would. Let's have a look, actually. Let's have a look. There's the Pokedex. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Scene 5, Own 3. I could, yeah. No, not for today. Not for this stream. I've already committed to the Nuzlocke run. But, oh, okay, let's go through phone calls. There's a lot of stuff you gotta go through. And these games are slow. But I could commit, potentially in a future game, to just catch every Pokemon. How long would that take if it was randomized? You'd have to hope for some luck. I bet I have some of the worst luck in the world when it comes to Pokemon games. Like shiny Pokemon are a good example of how good your luck is, right? How often do you see a shiny Pokemon in Pokemon games? Now, for those who don't know, shiny Pokemon is where a Pokemon will have a different appearance. So, for example, if you caught a Psyduck normally, Psyduck would be yellow. You catch a shiny Psyduck, it's blue. Completely different color scheme. Sometimes it's way less impressive, like very famously, Gengar is purple, and shiny Gengar is like someone nudged that purple slider that much to the right. So it's a lighter shade of purple, but you couldn't really tell. Some are very obvious, some are not very obvious. Anyway, shiny Pokemon have something like a 1 in 4,000 chance to appear. And I usually see 0 shiny Pokemon in every game I play. I would say in Pokemon Violet, my most recently played Pokemon game, I did catch 1 shiny, which was the shiny Psyduck, so I remember that very well. That's about it. That's the first shiny I've caught in ages. Oh, I caught a shiny Timfol in Timpole? The one that evolves into Seismitoad in Pokemon Sword. And then I don't remember any other shinies before that. Like, I literally just don't catch them. I don't see them, I don't catch them. Alright, this should be a cakewalk, because Chikorita. Look at this guy. Absolute amateur. Look what we've got. We got a Charmeleon. I didn't even pick a Charmeleon. Charmander. This guy, everyone who sees me will just be like, what happened? Didn't he steal a Totodile? Oh, and he's burned. I mean, this is all going to be pretty easy, I think. Until Miltank. Let's try to get to Miltank tonight. But also, you never know. Randomized. And also, it's Nuzlocke, right? All I need is one bad crit to go badly. One of the other rules with Nuzlocks, and it's sort of a bit of a self-imposed rule. Oh, we've leveled up. Hold on. We'll get onto that in a second. First, we have to hear this guy be defeated. We need a rival name, by the way. If there's any ideas in chat. What am I going to call him? Steve Irwin is evolving. Alright, 2 good evolutions. Oh, it continues. I don't know if this is bad in the long run. Will he eventually run out of good evolutions? I've now got a Politoed. Steve Irwin is now a frog. He's gone from crocodile to buff person to a chameleon, a lizard, to a frog, a toad. This feels very Steve Irwin inspired. He's basically just doing reptiles and then a buff person. Alright, see you, mate. Stop booting me out of the way. Alright, I feel like the Steve Irwin moniker is actually doing a lot of work here. Let's hope we get a Feraligatr later. That'd be... Oh. What else can we get that's very Steve Irwin inspired? Stingray obviously is quite the opposite of what we want, but you know. Could happen. Anything could happen. Oh, I could have jumped that. Oh well, we're out. Alright, I should now be getting Pokeballs, hopefully, which should mean that we can start catching other Pokemon that can also evolve into something completely crazy. But first, we must get through some conversations. Now, a lot of these emulators, which I'm totally not using, have a speed up function. We're just not going to use it. I got to experience it like it was and just be like, wow, this is so slow. Alright, what are we calling the rival? What is our worry? Our worry is getting critically hit. Our worry is evolving into a magikarp, I guess. Rival, I mean, really, look at this guy. Let's look at him. What do we got? What can we say about him? Bad haircut. Very red. But he's actually not red at all. He's silver. But silver doesn't actually... He doesn't look silver at all. He looks red. So, I don't know. What's like red and silver combined? He's rust. He's rusted. Call him Rusty. When you have red on silver, it means that it's now rusted. Done. Rusty. Rusty was his name. Yeah, sure, we'll call him Rusty. But then I feel like I'm saying bad things about Rusty from Russell Coy. Oh, no, you're right, Orange Timer. It's a missed opportunity. I should just wait for a second. There's always better names out there. All right. Damn, I'm actually heated that I didn't think Russell Coy. Maybe our theme for our Pokemon will be Australian legends. So that, you know what? He's the enemy. We can call him Rusty, sure. But our Pokemon, you're right. That's gonna be the moniker. I think the theme. I should have picked a theme before I started. So this is why I'm just a nobody streamer, man. If I'd picked a theme, I'd have 1,000 followers. Instead, I had to get the inspiration in midstream from a viewer of all things. Ugh, unbelievable. Unbelievable, Orange Timer. I should basically pay you. I'll give you a percentage of my earnings. All right, let's become a champion. Oh, for those who didn't get the joke, the percentage of my earnings. Percentage of 0 is 0. 0% of 0 is, well, any percent of 0 is 0. Use these on your Pokedex quest. Pokeball time! All right, let's catch a Hoodoo. Yeah, I can't think of anything better you'd catch on route. Well, not route 1. Route, whatever this is. Actually, I've got a map screen. So, we're allowed to catch one thing, the first thing we see on any route. We don't really get to pick. But basically, Can I go in here? Can you actually go in here? Oh, you can a little bit. So, Route 29, we can catch something. That's Route 30, we can go there too. Route 31, and then Violet City. So we actually can have 3 Pokemon for it. That said, there's actually a secret little bit. You can go here, and we can catch another one. I'm gonna not do that yet. I'm gonna save that for later, in case I lose all my Pokemon early. And I need to catch something higher up on Route 46. I also could be thinking about this game completely wrong. Anyway, 3 Pokemon should be more than enough. This first gym is not really a worry at all. Oh, do I have to be shown how to catch something? Hey, Pokemon have you caught? Would you like me to show you how? Please no. Oh, fine then. Anyway, if you want to catch Pokemon, you have to walk a lot. That is true. Alright. Let's catch something. Oh, I did it. First step. Hoothoot it is. Alright. Now, the worry is I don't want to kill it. And I have a very strong Politoed right now. Level 8. Hopefully the scratch is good. Is good. We'll catch it from there. I probably could just throw the Pokeballs, to be honest. What are we going to call Hoothoot? Oh, critical hit. Beautiful. I probably should just throw the Pokeballs rather than thinking about this harder than that. Hoothoot, based on an Australian legend. This doesn't feel like a Russell Coit name. Hoothoot. What would Hoothoot be? Hoothoot. Who am I going to call him? You know what? The eyes, the glasses remind me of Dame Edna. Is this a boy or a girl? Hoothoot. Always stands on one foot, changes feet so fast the movement can rarely be seen. An owl. Yeah, let's give you a nickname, obviously. It is a girl. You know, does Dame Edna fit? Call this one Dame Edna. Can I fit a space? Oh, they treat me nicely. Dame Edna. The OG drag queen. Shane Warne for a Hoothoot? I got some good Pokemon ideas for who Shane Warne could be. Warne is, you know what? I'll throw a cricketer in here somewhere, that's for sure. No, I like Dame Edna. Let's go have some Dame Edna. Alright, we got Dame Edna. Do I have to, I probably have to go heal Dame Edna. Yeah, let's go heal Dame Edna. And let's see what we get out of Dame Edna when she evolves along this route as we go along. I keep saying route and route interchangeably. I don't know why I do that. I think in my brain, I've heard both so often enough that I no longer know what's right. and route means a whole different thing. Like, you know, like what's underneath a tree. Or what's fun on a Friday night. Or when there's something that's completely stuffed. It's rooted, right? Like there's lots of things where route already applies. So I think I need to put, this is, I don't know, my brain just goes, you need to say route because route has got like 5 other meanings already. Already confusing enough for the non-English speakers out there. Though, to be fair, if you're a non-English speaker and you're watching an Australian guy play Pokemon, the accent I'm sure is already confusing you to hell. You're already hearing all of these words and going, that guy's speaking a whole different language. I understand some of it, but it must be like quasi-English in there. I also am very good at slurring my words. And I swear, no alcohol is required for me to do that. That's a natural gift I've got. This, Dame Edna, cannot hit for a damn. Come on, you need some attack stat, Dame Edna. Do I have to swap just to beat a Rattata? It should be alright if I don't get critical, right? We should be safe. Man, a Warning nickname would be good somewhere orange time. I'm really thinking about it. I'm like, what could I apply that to? What's Warning known best for, obviously, besides spinning balls? Ooh, I can win this still, right? I won't get critical hit on the last hit, right? I'm faster as well. Easy, happy days. What's that give you? 16, which is not even half a level. Dame Edna, you slowpoke. Alright, let's get a heal. And we'll go catch the next thing that we're going to catch. So maybe we should just quickly get Dame Edna up one more level before we get into the next one. Let's do that. Now, I know in some Nuzlocke runs, some players just hack in rare candies so they just, get through it. I think the beauty of this will be looking forward to the next level I get, rather than just going like, yeah, level. Drinking. What's that for drinking? That's Bob Hawke. Hawk. I need a Hawkeye somewhere in there. If I find a water Pokemon, it's getting called Hawkeye. That's. If I find a Voltorb, maybe something with balls on it. That's a Shane one. Does Dame Edna do like no damage? Wow, she does like nothing. And receives heaps in return. Are you kidding me? The Dame is... Anything eyebrows go with Johnny? I could have done Johnny for this. But then am I like supporting the war in Iraq? I don't know. I don't know. John Howard's becoming controversial because he's old now. He's always been. Anyway, whatever. We shouldn't get too political, should we? Hawkeye's safe. He's got a beer named after him now, right? John Howard's still alive. It's hard not to be political. Like, you can't bring up Obama without being political. That guy hasn't been president for a long time. Yeah, I think we'll try avoid politicians unless they're really good. No, I'm like really good. Sorry. Unless they're memeable, maybe is the best way to say this. Who's the Democracy Manifest guy? That's what I want to know. You know what? Let's go just catch another Pokemon, hey? What's in here? Probably another Hoot, right? So I'm not going to do there's a clause you can do where you don't catch duplicates. I'm not going to do that because it doesn't matter, because they're going to evolve anyway. It's just that first Pokemon I see. I have to successfully catch it. Just going to hit it with a couple of punches. And by punches I mean tackles. A punch with my face. Punch with Dame Edna's face. I think when I saw Hoodoo, why I thought Dame Edna is it's just the glasses. I just imagined the glasses always coming out. That is a huge hit. Are you kidding me? I've got to swap so I don't accidentally die trying to catch this Rattata. And now I can't hit it because I've hit it twice with Hoodoo. Dame Edna is just already struggling. She better evolve in a great way. She got no other hope at the moment. All right, let's throw some Pokeballs. I will have to go buy some after this because I assume that this is going to fail. I know my luck with Pokemon. Without looking, I know this Rattata's coming out of this. Didn't even look. How did I know? Like, was catching just harder in the old games? All I remember when I was a kid was how impossible it was to catch anything. A legendary, you would hit save in front of that legendary, and you would throw 50 Ultra Balls. Like your entire stock. 99 Ultra Balls. You'd throw 99 Ultra Balls, and it still wouldn't get caught, and you'd reload that whole save. You'd hit Start, Select, AB to reset the entire Game Boy back to before you killed the Ho-Oh in rage. Rattus. From, don't tell me, hold on. From Feral TV. Yes, Rattus is right. Perfect name, Orange Timer. I already know where you were with that. There's a rat named Rattus. He's the leader of the bunch. Magdigliana, Darren, and Mixie, right? Rattus it is. There's a rat named Rattus. He's the leader of the bunch. Alright, let's go heal Rattus. Oh, I love the theming we've already got here. Orange Timer. You just keep throwing out names, even if it's unrelated to anything I'm doing. And I'll store them here, and we'll use them for later. You just throw out any great legends of Australian TV. Or Australian life. We'll think about how we can use them. Alright, let's get Dame Edna leveled up already. Jeez. She's taken a time to do it. There's a rat named Rattus. He's the leader of the bunch. cat named Modigliana. Is that how it is? Ah, Spinnerack though is one of my favourites. Isn't it meant to be green? Why is it so purple? Oh my gosh. This won't kill me, right? A Spinnerack would have been good too. Very Australian. Maybe this area is Australia. Watch us get poisoned first time. Critical hit. Oh no, poison. No, that would that would have been the 1-2. Ready? Critical hit, poison. How many tackles do I have to do? Oh, not poisoned. I have to swap if he hits me again. Because a critical will kill me. Oh well. Gosh. Dame Bender is rough. Redback, we could have called this one. Yeah, that's an easy name. Funnel web, redback. There's lots of good spider names. I moved to a new house in the last year or so. For those who are wondering about how my life's been going. Thanks for asking. Yeah. Done a house move the last year or so. Oh, Dame Bender grew to level 4. And where we live now has lots of spiders. Spiders everywhere. Jumping spiders especially. But they sound scarier than they are because they're like that big. They're tiny. What are we getting here? Ah! It's Pikachu! Pika! Before it said Pikachu in every game. Huntsman might be better. Alright, well we got a Pikachu now, Dame Edna. Let's get Rattus into a level 4 as well. And then we might get into just a fight. We're just going to progress up there towards the next gym, the first gym, sorry. The tower of the first gym is just up there. There's one more Pokemon we're allowed to catch before then. Which could be a Spinnerack. So those names might be handy, or keep ideas coming. Ooh, a level 4 Hoothoot might cause some problems. Let's get Steve Irwin back out. If you get a Marchap, huge jacked man, yeah. That might be too many characters, but I'll it would be good. It would be good to do that. Ember won't do more. Much more than Scratch. I wonder how comparatively that does. This is back before the physical special split. Sorry, so for what I mean there is, in the old Pokemon games, types automatically had an assignment as to whether they were physical or special. So I'm going to assume, for example, that Fire was special typed, not physical typed, which meant that if you're a Fire Pokemon with a high attack stat, you were just doing less damage. You wanted a high special attack stat, in this case. Hello? What do you have to say? Everyone's having a fun battle. You should too. I guess I should, eh? Let's give it a go. Hello. You want to help level up Raditz? He is the leader of the bunch. My first battle. Oh, actually, sorry, second battle. I forgot Chikorita happened first. This should be a Rattata, right? Gosh, I remember this. Oh, this is youngster Joey. This guy's famous because he always levels up his Rattata. That Rattata is just getting better and better. Unfortunately, I think compared to Raditz, you are but an amateur, so... Maybe I should have healed first. I feel nervous now for no reason. I shouldn't be nervous, right? This is a level 8 Politoed. That does half his health in one scratch. Easy. We're good. I'm just nervous. I haven't done a Nuzlocke for a long time. I'd hate to end the stream so early. I'd hate to lose Politoed. We'll be grinding a lot if we lose Politoed. Oh, Steve Irwin, sorry. At all. Raditz is level 4. Steve Irwin is... Ooh, almost level 9. Alright, Raditz. Let's see if you are the leader of the bunch. Raditz is evolving. That a Ditto? Why has it got a butt? When did... I don't remember this. I don't remember this at all. He's got a bit of a trail to him. Like, if you just cut off that trail, it would still look like a Ditto. But they added a slime trail? Oh, I don't remember that at all. Maybe I never caught a Ditto in Pokemon Gold. Was it catchable? I wonder. I'm trying to think. Ditto's one of those super rare Pokemon you just never see. I have to have even more Pokemon for battles. I gotta catch them all. Wow, you're pretty tough. Can I get your phone number? Of course. Of course, call me for a rematch anytime, Joey. I will come no matter where I... Oh, I shouldn't promise that. Almost no matter where I am, I will come to wherever you are, Joey. No, you know what? Let's promise it. Let's promise it. Joey, if you call me for a battle, I will be there. No matter what. I don't care what we're doing, where we are, how far it takes to get back to you. If it's even possible to get back to Joey, we'll be back for him. He wants to battle. He's my #1 fan. Maybe my #1 rival. I mean, there's a guy that travels around called Rusty, but we're not counting him. Alright, Dame Edna's the one I think I have to work on the most. I mean, literally just blob. Alright, let's get Dame Edna to level 5. I think if we just get Steve Irwin to level, like, 11 or 12. I don't know. So okay. So I was actually going to this in the preamble. One of the many unspoken rules of a Nuzlocke is that you don't over level. So what that means is you don't just go, hey, I will go and become a level 30 Pokemon and go into this level 20 gym fight, right? Makes it sort of just a bit easy. This is meant to be a bit difficult. Go naming Christopher Scasey. Or maybe a Meowth or something that's dodging the tax. So you don't want to overlevel. Just makes the game all too easy. Another critical hit, unbelievable. Dame Edna is just eating critical hits. I think that's what she does. So I'm gonna look up the. Oh, there we go. I knew what would happen. Critical hit into poison. I just knew it would happen. Get in there, Radis. Then we're gonna go back and heal again. So I'll look up the levels, and we'll try not to overlevel it beyond there. So let's just get our first one here. Pokemon Gold. Let's get a walkthrough. Oh, walkthrough PDF. Are you serious? You got poison while I was looking away. Critical, poison, poison. I can make it back. Wait, does poison knock me out in this game? Oh, I think it does. Oh, I should never be fighting Spinarak. What am I doing? I just realized I gotta go back home now. How much health have I got? Oh, I'm right near the start though. How much health have I got? 10. 10 should be alright. It should be good. Oh, that was a bit of an extra step I shouldn't have taken. Oh, how close are we? Hold on. I don't want to lose a Pokemon to poison of all things. 5. 5 is good. Alright, we're good. 1. Was that 2? 3? Alright, we're okay. Alright, why was I fighting Spinarak? I totally forgot. So, oh god, there's lots I have to add to this. But, for those who don't know, in the old Pokemon games like this, if you got poisoned, it just ticked forever until your Pokemon fainted, even in the field. In later games, you would survive the poisoning eventually. And that changed depending on the game. Some games you would survive at 1 HP. I think some games it would just, after a certain number of steps, you would survive. But this was a killer in early Pokemon games, especially for Nuzlocke runs, because your Pokemon faint. That's it. It's dead. And then you've got to basically throw that Pokemon in the bin. All right, let's get through this area a bit. I do want to level a little bit, but we can level on the guys on the way, rather than on the Spinarak, that's for sure. Already been at this for 50 minutes. Gosh, you forget how slow Pokemon games were. Like, also old games especially. Just feel slower than a lot of things. Pokemon games, though, are notoriously slow, I think. They just are. It's just how they're done. Yeah, sure, let's fight. You're a Pokemon trainer, right? Then you have to battle. I sure do. Alright. The leader, Faulkner, in this game is a level 9 Pidgeotto, which means I should not level my Steve Irwin any more than 9. That's how we're going to go with it for now. These guys, though, I should level up a bit. I should at least try level Dame Edna and Radis to, 9 as well would be awesome. That would be the easiest way to do it. I think if they get to 7, that's probably fine. Faulkner's only got 2 Pokemon anyway. He's got a level 7 Pidgey and a level 9 Pidgeotto. So we should be okay. So most of this run, I will be testing my memory and see how it goes, obviously. But in the sense of like not making it too easy and making it more interesting for you, the viewer, and for myself as the player, I do want to follow some sort of rule here. All right, Dame Edna. Rattata. Yeah, we'll swap because I need to level both of you, really. And Steve Owen's going to have to come out anyway, I think. Let's just get a hit in. Oh, Radis. You could be the leader of the bunch. Oh, a Tail Whip is probably alright. I can probably handle... Ayuse. Missed. 2 Tail Whips. Failed. I forgot how many things missed and fail in early games. Oh, maybe Radis can win. Or maybe not. Maybe? If I get tackled again. Ooh, now this is a danger zone. 2 defense downs. And a tackle with a critical. But he won't critical, right? He'll tail whip. I'm overthinking. I'm worried for nothing, right? Surely. Surely we don't need to be careful. Got a cool one, Spider Bait. That's a good one. That's a good one for a Spinnerack. I like that one. Alright, Radis is leveled up. Which means Radis is now not going to be a Ditto. Which is good, because Ditto learns no moves. I don't want a Ditto. What am I getting here? Okay. I don't mind it. Not great going into a flying gym. But he's going to evolve a couple times before that. Surely. What does sort of matter along the way here too, it's hard to describe, but as they level up, every Pokemon has obviously its own, when a Pokemon levels up, it's got its own chances and stats that it will level up. So if you level up as a good Pokemon, so for example, when Steve Irwin has evolved, he's evolved into pretty good Pokemon, which means that as he's leveling up, he's probably getting better stats than he should. I think that's how it's working. Fingers crossed. It's so hard to tell because Pokemon stats are basically the mystery box. He'll crash off to bed. See you, Orange Timer. Thanks for popping by. Thank you for the nickname suggestions. Thank you for the theme. I was looking for a theme. I just totally forgot to even come up with one along the way. Kids are tiring, man. Life's tiring. But at least we get to play some Pokemon in there, eh? So it's all good. Now, if we could just get Dame Edna up a little bit. She's the one that's struggling. Night-night. Have a good sleep. Alright, Dame Edna. What do we got? That's, you a fight? No, you just want to talk. I'm not trainer, but if you look one in the eyes, prepare to battle. Of course. Are you a trainer? You are. Instead of bug Pokemon, I found a trainer. Happy days. Also, I don't know if you noticed my shirt. Obviously lots of Pokemon. But it struggles a bit with the green screen because there's a lot of green Pokemon like this upside down Venusaur you can sort of see through. There's a Bulbasaur over here I think that's basically he's a bit see-through as well. So the shirt is doing its best, but you know, you can definitely see a bit here and there through it. Alright, Don, Caterpie. This will be good for Dame Edna. I think she can do this. Surely she can beat a Caterpie, right? Should be alright. Maybe if I catch a bug, I should name it basically Hollow Knight, because... or Hornet or something. Something from Hollow Knight, because... That's an Australian invention. Yeah, it's on theme. Oh my gosh. Dame Edna, are you... so useless that you can't beat a Caterpie. Please. I'm going to put you in the box if you can't beat this Caterpie. Do I have to swap her out? No. Surely she can beat the Caterpie, right? She's going to get crit. I can feel it. I can just feel how this fight's going. Dame Edna is useless. Ah. Alright. Radis though. Radis is doing well. Look at that. 1 damage. Dame Edna, look at this model citizen. One here. Why can't she do that? At least if she learned Peck, it would have been alright. You know what? I'm going to swap to Dame because, yeah, she's just useless. There's no point even sending her out to fight anything. I'm just going to send her out to then not send her out. You know what? Also, I'm going to change this mode to Set. I think Switch just gives too much options, too easy. So we're going to do Set. Set's a bit more of a challenge anyway. I'll explain that too for those who don't know. So in Pokemon, there is actually 2 ways that you can battle, and they've had this since the start of the game. It's the very first game, which is Switch and Set. Switch, Set. We'll do it like this. Switch is the default setting for Pokemon, as you've seen. I've already got it on. And Switch basically is that every time a Pokemon is going to get sent out in a multi-Pokemon battle, so in a battle where a trainer has more than one Pokemon, you'll get offered the chance to swap your Pokemon at that swap. So, hey, they're sending out a, Caterpie next. Would you like to swap? You go, hey, yeah, great, I will. How am I missing so much? Unbelievable. But Set is the alternate one, and that is where, when they send it out, you don't get to choose to swap. You can choose to swap as part of your move. This is the professional way of doing it. This is the way the competitive game works. And the esports championships of it all, and the Pokemon championships. And it's the way, obviously, I run as a very serious game. So serious, I made everything randomized. Evolve randomly. Alright, Dame Edna, what have you got? Fingers crossed. She's gone from Hoothoot to a Pikachu. Has learnt no moves and has terrible stats. But right now, she can be redeemed by becoming a Hitmonchan that learns something right now. It's going to learn something right now. Damn. Okay. Well, maybe she's still without hope. Alright, where is she? She couldn't beat the Caterpie before. Level 5. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Also, hold on. I just saw that sprite. That sprite is great. You know, Machoke. Basically, this is back when, this is a water Pokemon. So it's a Politoed. It's a Politoed, but they've only got one sprite for water Pokemon. Well, not one sprite. They got a few sprites, right? What is it based on, actually? I wonder. I never actually thought about this more than that. So Rattata would have had that one as well, but anyway. We'll find out. We'll get into it. Let's go up a bit more. Let's get into another fight. Oh, it's like, oh no, my game crashed. Mom, I heard that we went on a long trip. Yep. I wish you would have told me. I should have, eh? Should I save you money? No. She's rooting for me. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. I'll do it for you. Let's get through here. Bum, 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 bum. Am I in the new route? I didn't look. I must be in the new route because there's a Bellsprout here. I have to catch this now. Oh, okay. You have no health, do you, Dame Edna? You'll be alright to do one tackle for me? Oh, okay, yep. Alright, let's swap. I held my breath there. Ooh, I can't send out Steve Irwin because he's a water type. Those Vine Whips will wear me down really quick. Oh no, he's a ground type. I didn't even think about this. Radis! You're okay. Let's throw a Pokeball now. I just realized how dangerous this is. A very dangerous Bellsprout. I didn't even buy more Pokeballs. Please, just stay in the ball. I have bad luck with this stuff, but please. Oh no. Alright, we're gonna swap again. Oh, this is bad. Vine Whip also has a high critical hit ratio, I think. I'm not gonna... I have to catch it. I have to catch it, right? I'm not gonna run away from the thing I can catch. Yeah, okay. 5 damage. I can take a few of those. Oh, it doesn't matter. I've only got 1 Pokeball left. Oh, please. Please stay in that ball. I have really bad luck when it comes to balls. Oh. That was a very scary Bellsprout. You might think a level 3 Bellsprout, what's so scary about it? But I only have things weak to that. And Dame Edna. And I'm only allowed to catch the first Pokemon on route. I accidentally entered a new route. I didn't even think about it. Bellsprout. Right. I'm going to name this guy something. Sorry? This girl. I have to name this girl something. It's like a stick with leaves. I mean, Sprout's the obvious one. What's something very Australian I could go with here? I can't think of anything. I've just gone completely blank. Bellsprout. Bellsprout. Australian name. It's a problem with themes. You got to come in with a lot of things beforehand. What can I call Bellsprout? What does Bellsprout do? He dances? Dancing with the Stars? Bell. I'm trying to think what's gonna stand out in my mind. It's hard to think at this time. But I'm not leaving until I get a good. It's got to be a good nickname. Because this might be my champion. I need it to be good. What can I call Bellsprout? Bellsprout. It's got leaves, it's got vines. Grass, lawn. Backyard. Call it backyard? No, front yard. Australian. Let's think. I'm trying to think. Trying to think. Plants. Botanic gardens. That's a bit lame. I didn't expect to catch a Bellsprout. I was thinking about spiders this whole time. I was talking about spiders for ages. All I had was spider names going on. What's a good one? I need some inspiration. Let me look up Australian icons. Australian memes. That's what I need. Aussie memes. That'll give me some inspiration. What can I think of that are very Aussie? Golden Gate times? Yes, that's not really what's going on here. The math like that. Daylight savings? Call him daylight savings. Call him on some local fauna or flora. What can I do? It's flora. Bottlebrush? Bottlebrush's a good name. I like Bottlebrush. Banksia. He's not really a Banksia though, is he? He's yellow like wattle. Which is the national flower. Could do that. Could do that. He's yellow like Wolverine. Which is Hugh Jackman.